Hey, today we're going to take a look at another USB charging cable. This time it's one of those running LED light cables, and I'm wondering what the quality is and how well it will perform, and if it's actually able to withstand quick charge at 9 and 12 volts. These cables have recently also been reviewed by TechMoan and BigClive.com. Especially BigClive.com did a very good technical teardown, so I won't be going into that. I just wonder how well this is going to charge your device, how much power it's sapping without charging, and if your charge times are actually going to be any slower. And, well, if it's going to explode if you use it with 9 volt or 12 volt quick charge. So, these are available in several different colors. Let me get mine out of the packaging. This one is a black with green. Let's see if I can focus it here. There we go. So the outer wire is black and the inner wire is green. But you can also have it black and blue, or black and pink, or white and blue, white and green, white and pink. There's several different combinations. Check out my AliExpress link and you can see all the different variations. They cost about $5, so it could be a nice novelty item to like have in the office or somewhere else where people can see it, and you can show off with it a little bit. It's funny that BigClive.com and TechMoan did a review about it, because I ordered it myself and I got it I think 2 weeks ago, and well, I guess they had the same idea around the same time, so that's fun. So I'll be putting it through my regular tests. Be sure to check out the associated blog post for the voltage and amperage graphs, and yeah, let's get testing. So as a first test, I took an Aukey Quick Charge 3.0 charger, but I plugged it in the normal charge ports, so it shouldn't give any more than 5 volts. And we have my variable resistor load here. And as you can see right now, the cable isn't showing any signs of light, but that's because we're at 5 volts, 0 amps, so it's not drawing any power, and then the light shuts off. And if we start turning the power up on 0.1 amp, and we see the cable turning on, but it's going very slowly. So let's turn that up. Okay, so at about 0.335, you see that the pattern becomes quicker. Turn it up a bit more. See the voltage dropping off a little bit. It became quicker again, about 0.75. So now we're at 1 amp. Well, let's keep moving it up. Okay, so there's a slow, a medium, and a fast pattern, but nothing really beyond that. So now we're at my standard 2 amp, and it's gone down to 4.25 volts, but you have to remember it's also using that voltage, because I'm measuring voltage at the end of the cable, to light up the lights. So I've had cables without lights which also drop off this much, although not this short, but well, it's okay-ish. So let's ramp it all the way to, oh, okay. So if you try, let me dial it back a little bit and reconnect it. There we go. So let's go back to 2 amp. There we go. So if you ramp it up too much beyond 2 amp, the voltage drops so much that the measurement device actually shuts off. So 3.7, yeah, so more than 2.2 amps, the voltage drops so low that my measurement device stops. So most likely a phone would also stop charging at that point. So yeah, you could pull 2 amps out of it. That should do okay. And the voltage drop isn't too bad, but let's see how it does using my EBD USB, which I have here. And after that, we'll see what it does when using quick charge. Hopefully it doesn't explode. Okay, so now I connected it to the quick charge port of the Aki charger. And let me start my testing software. Oh wait, I do have to connect my charger, of course, or my testing unit. There we go. Okay, start that again. Okay, and let's do my automatic test real quick to maximum 4 amps, and let's cut off at 3 volts. There we go. It'll automatically test from 0 amps to 4 amps at 0.1 amp steps, and each step it holds for 2 seconds. You get a nice graph of the voltage drop. So far so good. It's getting pretty low in voltage, about 3.9 now. Okay, and it cut off. So it actually managed 3.15 amps. Of course, that happened at 3.6 volts, so, well, that just isn't very good. But it held out. So now let's test quick charge and do the same test. So let's set it to quick charge 3.0 and to 9 volts. Let's see if it changes voltage. It doesn't. Okay, let's set it to quick charge 2. 12 volts maybe. Well, it goes up to 5.5. Oh, there we go. Not sure why it wasn't working before, but we're at 9 volts now, so let's do the same thing. As you can see in the graph, it starts a bit higher. Oh wow, okay, the cable's going nuts. Okay, cable died. No magic smoke yet. Oh, it's smelling a bit burnt though. Well, let's continue this test for science. Yeah, that's smelling burnt. But, let me check. No smoke yet. Nope. So it holds itself pretty well during quick charge. Actually, well, okay, it's at 7.5 volts almost now. So it dropped a lot of voltage. It does keep charging. So yeah, okay, reset again, but that's okay. Let me save that. So, well, nothing else to do than test 12 volts. Okay, went to 12 volts immediately. Let's start the same test. As you can see, no more lights. Well, voltage and amperage transfer is fairish. It's not great, but it'll do. Not sure if it gets... It's not getting any really hot either, so... Oh, 3.3. Okay, and we reached the max the charger will give. Of course, it's double it's rated for, so that's pretty good. The voltage dropped off to, I think, about 10.4 volts. Let's see real quick. Yeah, 10.45 volts in the end. So, that probably killed our cable. Let's put it back at 5 volts. There we go. And let's do a 1 amp test. As you can see, there's an immediate voltage drop, but we already established that. No more lights though, so let's stop that. Let's unplug it. Oh wow, this adapter is really hot. I can barely touch it. Okay, I can't even touch the plug. Ow. Okay. So let's plug it in again. Nope. Nope, it's dead. So, we killed it. That's actually surprising, because on the package, it actually states that rated voltage is 15 volts, and amperage is 0.3 to 2 amps. We killed it during the 9 volt test, and it wasn't even at half an amp yet. So, these specs are clearly bogus. Well, I mean... 24K gold-plated copper contact with gold plating plug. Doesn't look gold to me. The core wire is made of high pure 4C enameled copper and has antioxidant high transmission performance. Really? That sounds awesome. It feels good. Well, if it feels good, it has to be great. Well, it really isn't. In non-discoloring and no yellow turning. Well, and there's no harm for children's skin. Except if they charge their quick charge phone and, well, you blow it up. Yeah. So, well, let's have a conclusion about that, shall we? So, well, there you have it. The cable is fun to play with and it has a nice effect when it works. But make sure you don't have a quick charge phone, because once it raises the voltage to 9 volts or even 12 volts, the lighting circuit dies, and basically this little plug end here, still have the plastic on it. This one gets very, very hot, even almost too hot to touch at some point. And even when the lighting dies, it became hotter and hotter. So I didn't test what that would do for a long charging session, but anything that gets really hot and basically failed and smelled like it was burning, well, I can't really recommend. So get it if you have a 5-volt phone, which won't do quick charge or any USB-C or any other type of voltage raising. But if you do have a voltage raising device, I certainly cannot recommend you use this. Anyway, there'll be a link in the description below, and it's only $5, so it's fun to play with, and if you know what you're charging with it, it does okay, but it has a lot of voltage drop, and just for a cable, it's just not that great. So it's fun to test out though. So please like this video and maybe subscribe for future videos. Be sure to check out the associated blog post, which will have the voltage graphs in it. And as I said, TechMoan and BigLife.com also did a video. I'll have those in the description also. And be sure to check those out too. So yeah, see you guys later.